Okay, so hello everybody, my name is Samy and welcome to the next part in my Stream Theory playthrough of Assassin's Creed 4. And alright, so don't know where I am. I thought I left off near the... where is it? There was a cave left off, but I was apparently get transported to the next or the closest area. Yeah, I left off here. I thought it would save here. But I guess I have to start off in the next, like, town area. That's interesting to see. Alright, so, pardoning that slight fusion with where I'm starting up, my Stream Theory playthrough is all about playing the game live. It is a live playthrough of the whole game. Also providing commentary and analysis as I go. So, okay, so while I'm here, I might as well just check out this place. No reason why not. It is a restricted zone, so it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to get through. Alright, there is the sync point there, so that guy's gonna see me. But I can just quickly get away here. Alright, so what else is here? Save these pirates. Guess I'll do that. Try and get this guy first. Just like that, okay. Those pirates will just wait there, I think, if I just keep on going here. Sound check. Looks like it's fine as far as the sound. Okay, so treasure chest here. I guess it's good that I didn't start in that island. I can explore this area without actually making the trek there. And then I can go to the cave next after this. Okay. Curious that they can see me from all the way up here. I suppose I'll deal with them later. And this is just gonna be another random island to complete. No actual story mission stuff here, although I'll hopefully I want to continue that good rhythm. It's been, you know, several parts where I haven't had a whole lot of mission-based stuff. When with several episodes in a row of mostly side missions, I want to get, you know, more. I want to get a few parts in my playthrough where I can show some missions. So last time we had one mission, and someone like to continue that. Can I go against this wall, please? Thank you. Guy does not want to move. So as I figure out what I'm going to be doing here, probably not much to talk about. Yet I'll wait for the game to give me something to talk about, and then I can do the commentary that I like to do here. But yeah, first things first. Right, looks like he's tough. Very curious how the systems of the AI and this whole warehouse looting thing ended up working. My little scuffle there with the dealing with the pirates caused the guy with the key to panic and move around, which made it actually easier for me. And I don't know, it's kind of a freak occurrence, the AI, that sometimes causes everything to be easier, sometimes causes it to be harder. I suppose if the main challenge here would have been to pickpocket the guy without him even noticing. There's a treasure chest here. So these guys won't notice me. The way that the AI kind of interacts with you and with each other, I don't know. It's that randomness that you can take advantage of sometimes. It's not like it's not necessarily a guarantee of it going in your favor. I don't know what was shooting at me. There it is. I just want this right here. Okay, elite motor storage. If I want to get some of the that particular upgrade, rather, then I would need to find that. That looks like a very worthwhile thing to look for. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to get at with the AI. It's like, seems like when it freaks out like that, you can make a general statement saying that it's like that can always be to your advantage. But sometimes when the AI freaks out like that, goes into a pattern when they're always running around, sometimes that is to your disadvantage. I mean, that guy was moving off in a different direction towards other guards. That could happen as well. It's these sort of random events that make the whole experience a little bit more interesting, I think. And the typical pattern in like traditional stealth games is that AI will either stand in one place, which is like the most boring way to interact, simplest way, or they will move around in a very set pattern no matter what. So even if you alert them and you escape from them, then they'll go back to that very same pattern. They won't move, they won't change. Here, it gives us a little bit more of a... The randomness adds a factor surprise. Or the way the AI works can move in any direction. It shakes things up and can, mess up your plan to deal with a more rigid AI system. Because the AI is not rigid and can be a little bit more unpredictable than that. We saw one case in which I had to improvise, or I had to either improvise or get lucky and have the AI just run into me. In this case, it is a case where I got lucky and the AI just kind of... The random pattern ended up being beneficial to me, but it could have very well went the other way. I don't know, we might have already seen examples where it went the other way. And I had to... It ended up being harder for me to actually deal with what I need to do. So in that case, the AI that held the key for the warehouse moved in an unpredictable way, but one in which that ended up helping me in the long run. All I had to do was wait for him to come to me in his, like, AI panic mode. So that, in general, that AI unpredictability can be a really nice thing, even though it ended up being easy for me there. I'd say still really cool when games can allow that. Alright, so I have to figure out how this looks like these three rocks are these here. Not necessarily in this pattern. Try to turn this around like this. Okay, it's that. Okay. Okay, so get another one of these Mayan keys. The problem with the AI like that, AI that can react unpredictably and move away from a set pattern, depending on what you do.
Good. Another keystone.
Is that, well, it's rare to see in games because it's difficult to develop, I would say. Any sort of AI interaction is not necessarily easy, and that's why we see a lot of games with just basic, simple patterns, or with AI that don't move, they stand in one spot. Because in general, that is easier to do. And it takes time to develop AI patterns that can react in such unpredictable ways. Also, it could be another note I could say there is that while it's unpredictable, that doesn't necessarily mean it's realistic, and realism isn't even necessarily something you should go for. Like, it's something I've talked about before about realisms. Realism is beneficial up to a point where it doesn't hinder the experience. So realism can be a really beneficial part. Yep. The experience. There, the AI wasn't necessarily realistic. I mean, let's look at that scenario where the head honcho of this area, carrying the key, end up freaking about and running around the area. That doesn't necessarily seem like a realistic action. But does it make it more interesting? I'd say yes. Like, it creates a challenge for you to deal with. And that's all it really needs to be. It needs to be enough of a challenge. Now, a totally realistic thing would be if the head honcho would probably go into hiding in the presence of an intruder. He's the guy holding the key, he'd want to get away, and that would make it super hard. That would make it, like, almost impossible in some cases, depending on how they would handle that, for you to actually get that key and raid the warehouse. Like, any presence of an intruder for a period of time would make it so that the AI would always be on alert and be basically insurmountable in recovering from that state. You'd have to, like, return several days afterwards when they've calmed down. When we're talking about AI, like, realism isn't something that's necessarily a beneficial part of it. You just want them... It seems to be like the most fun I have with AI encounters is as long as they are unpredictable. And they can have an element of randomness to their actions. They can sometimes go in a pattern when it makes sense, like they have a guard routine. Once, if you interact with that, and they see you, for instance, they will react to that in a way that makes sense. Not necessarily realistic, but they will have a reaction. It is important that they have some sort of reaction to that. That causes a change.
He's talking to you.
And that reaction would is important because it forces you to have to deal with it. You have to deal with the way they're reacting to the way you play. So yeah, the most important thing about dealing with AI, I guess, I can learning from what I'm seeing with dealing with the AI here, all these examples, is important that the interaction is just interesting, not necessarily realistic, but it's interesting. It isn't flat, it isn't altogether easy or difficult, because it's predictable. If it's predictable, it can be really easy. If it's realistic, if it's super realistic, it can be too hard. I guess the best way to deal with an AI is to have it somewhere in between, where it is some element of predictability that you can approach them. In this case, it would be the AI routines, where in their normal calm state, they go out their guard patterns, guard movement patterns, which does make sense. And that'd be in between. Just the door here. Okay, I found the key, that means I can just get to the door. In between predictability and realism is a sort of, yeah, AI unpredictability, I guess, is the conclusion here. Or I guess just my conclusion. It's not necessarily, I'm not necessarily saying that is 100% correct. That is like something I'm putting forward here. my theory, I guess, with AI. I'm not a developer, and I don't create AI, but as a player who interacts with AI in games like this, that is what I find interesting to play against. Something that is not necessarily realistic, something that is not necessarily predictable, something in between there. Something that you, an AI that you interact with that reacts to your actions in interesting ways, and adds an element of unpredictability. That's what's important, I think. Where is this? Ah, it's up there. Question is, how do I get up there? Like I should be able to get up here, but it's not letting me. Is that the last thing here? Actually, no. I don't know if these are part of that island. I don't think so. Okay. I missed this. Go all the way over there now. Okay, pardon me while I make the trek all the way back to the other side of the island. Okay, which way can I go? I can just keep ahead of them, that's fine. I should have picked this one up when I was here before. Totally missed it though. Oh well, I just have to get there as fast as I can. How do I get down here without taking a lot of damage? I guess jumping into water. Here. Alright. Another one of these long manuscript things. That, again, something that's probably a little too long to read on stream. If I was just playing this normally, I'd sit here and read it, but continue forward. And yeah, Tortuga looks like it's done. I can go to any one of these rowboats to quickly get back. I'll do that just because I already wasted a bit of time just taking the trip all the way back. All the way up to this northern portion of the island just to get this one bottle, which I should have gotten already.
Ship coming after us, sir! Big Caesar cutter! Royal Bloody Navy! Seems to be a loose and trim too!
The ship is already engaging.
That's the pirate
with this one.
Ready to fire, sir. Let's catch some wind. Loose all. Crimps onto the wind. Trip to party. We're ready, sir. Go, heave ho.
Board is a quick means to repair my ship, because I have hunters on my tail already. I don't know, I might want to capture this ship just because it's pretty powerful. Let's see. I wanted to play this here. Okay, first. Any targets down there? Not really. Here might be a little better. No? Come on. Oh, maybe I'm too high up. That's fine. There we go. That's better. Kind of stuck here. Don't want to be stuck here. Kind of a tough ship. Dealt with some weirdness with the controls there. I don't know why my character got a little stuck a few places. So I'll repair for now. Get ready for the incoming hunter ships on my tail. Alright, where do I want to go now? I want to head back to this area. Okay, so let's make a stop over here first.
Time's up. Let's get moving. Who's down? Man your sheets. Larboard, sir. Some sort of cargo there, sir.
Those hunter ships will be here pretty darn soon. No reason why I can't keep going though. I like this fog. The ambient weather can make the sailing really interesting sometimes. Fog adds an element of obscurity to your sailing. You can't just clearly see every boat. Oh, you can see some nice ambient battles going on here. of my favorite things about just the way the AI interact with each other, not just you, when you're in the open seas. Like, there's like a faction system. They're not necessarily friendly with each other. So you get stuff like these ambient sea battles.
Captain has the helm. Get the main!
Okay, next up, head off to cavern, which I thought I left off last part. Here they are. Level 20 brig and level 8 schooner. They have nothing on me. Cutting through them. Boom, that was... Alright, let's see... This one I have.
Get to your seats and hold! Main's out, let's go! Main's loose, do you have the news?
I don't think I'll board this one. Cloth, yeah, I'll just take it out like this.
Awaiting orders! Back yourself from impact! Loose all, let's move! Instructions out!
This one, however, I'll board. Is there a reason why I can't? Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm bored now. Alright, not bad, not bad. Still in a position where I can handle the hunter ships that are sent after me, so I'm gonna continue not lowering my wanted levels, just see how far I can go. And once the ships become overwhelming, then I'll lower my my wanted level and keep it within a certain range. That's the best way to deal with it.
I know she's a good sailor. Now prove it, my trunk.
Liverpool town, goodbye, baby.
Only 5 mortars, so I should have more of those. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Not sure what I hit there. I don't think I really hit anything. Must have been underwater. I hit something. Now let's see what this is all about. Okay, cavern. Maybe I just needed to. If I went a little bit further in, I would have started off here. All out of sleep darts. Whoops. Let's hide the evidence. Oh, I see a nice opportunity for a berserk dart here. Okay, that's not what I expected. I guess that's one way to do it. Quick pills here. Okay, so Smuggler's Den looks like it's just loot the smugglers. Not much to say here. Basic looting mission. Oh, interesting. There is.
Makes for a grander funeral.
Another level here. Sneaking around, I guess. Might as well hunt here as well, or sure. Pardon my redundant phrasing there. Might as well hunt here as well. Okay.
Aye, that's the way. Put your back into it, you ninnies. Lost all up.
Maybe I should have taken out those guys. Up there.
Don't drop it now. It's worth more than your life. Move it, lad.
Like this is the last one.
Faster, come on. We don't have all day.
What else is here?
Back into it, you ninnies.
Oh, okay. Got everything except for the last chest. That's fine by me.
Lost all up.
Well, this is nice, very conveniently designed. You mostly a linear level. It's just to practice your stealth and your combat. You decide to have, however you decide to approach the area, and then once you reach the end, you can get to one of these boats here. Turn to the ship. Easy peasy. And done with the area. So, where next? I think seems like this fort is a good place to go as any. You can get to Kingston over here very quickly. Or maybe I'll make a stop here first, wherever that is. Whatever that undiscovered location ends up being. But I think it makes sense to go for this fort.
Loose and swim too. Full sail! Full sail! Control them off. Man your seats.
Maybe going against the wind here. Even though it doesn't seem to be the deterrent that it probably should be, it's still annoying. It's annoying enough to make you want to try and work around it. I guess it's doing its job as far as
Kilometer, sir! Cargo and
being a
drift, sir.
representation of wind. Probably not trying to be simulation, as I said. I don't think it's going for sort of realism. If it was, then we'd be much more hard-pressed to... Or we'd find it much more difficult, as, the sailors here, to sail into it. In fact, it'd probably push us back, like wind wants to do.
She's the full sail. She'll take it. Aloft, lads. Set those royals.
In any case, it slows us down just enough to make us want to try and sail around that obstacle. I think that's all it really needs to do. Maybe it could have been a little bit more of a deterrent to add to make it feel, make it feel a little bit more realistic, without necessarily being realistic. Again, I'm holding to the fact that you don't want true realism in games. You want it to feel realistic. You want it to just appear realistic, not necessarily be realistic. Yay, more pirate hunters. There they are. Okay, so we have still more brigs and schooners. I think I'm gonna deal with them head on before I reach the fort. It's probably the wisest decision.
Look ahead, look astern, look weather in the lee.
Cute little ship joining in on the fun here. Okay, what do I have to offer? I think I'll just finish it off. And then board this one. This is the one I want to board.
Get those clues up! Pull them in with a will!
So from what I'm able to tell from the way the naval combat works and the wanted level, seems like the hunter ship's difficulty is directly related to your wanted level, and not necessarily related to ships around. So it takes a while before you get some really good wanted ships, or hunter ships. Okay, why isn't my guy doing that? That's what I wanted him to do. It takes a while before you can get some seriously good hunter ships on your tail to the point where you want to capture them, and they'll make a really strong addition to your fleet. These guys are still fairly middling as far as that, and there are ships just out in the wild that are better, higher level and stronger. Okay. Send to my fleet, sure. Might as well check on that fleet stuff as well. So, if I want stronger ships for my fleet, so far the hunter ships aren't necessarily the strongest that I can add. Just the ships out in the open, like probably that one, will be much stronger. Like eventually, I'm gonna get to the point where I can take down man of wars and add them to my fleet. Probably what I want to do. Let me check out the various upgrades and fleet stuff I have available right now. I did get a lot of metal. Okay, so do I want to do fleet stuff first, or just upgrades, I guess? A decent amount of metal. Choose from. Plenty of wood. Maybe I should just buy stuff with wood because I have so much of it. Chase cannons. Gonna cost even more with ram strength. And it's just metal. Eventually I'm going to hit a wall with my upgrading where a lot of the upgrades require me to find the buried treasure. Those will be like plans. Some of those were plans for these upgrades. That'll allow me to unlock the upgrades and then try this chase cannon stuff. 4 front chase cannons that allow for larger fire and stun power. And yeah, I might as well get this too. Let's invest all the money. All the monies. No, I won't see immediate effect of these things. I'll be happy I'll have them when I do make use of them. What can I sell? I have a lot of hunting goods now. Maybe I should actually look at the upgrades. White whale skin. I wonder if that's just for selling or if I can use it for upgrade. It's probably just for an upgrade. Seems to be. Okay. Oh wait, that doesn't make any sense. This menu is just here to show what these things cost. These things cost. If I want to actually sell them, then I have to find a dealer. I have to find a store out there. It doesn't make sense that I would be able to sell out in the middle of nowhere. Let's check up on upgrades. I probably can upgrade wherever I want. So that's probably not here. I guess Edward upgrades. What about crafting? Crafting, that's what I want to look for. Crafting. So, okay. Don't have enough for that. Okay, I have 2 crocodile leather. Might as well do that. I can now carry 1 more pistol, I guess. 3 pistols. Each one of these allows me 1 more pistol, so I need to get 2. I need to get 1 more humpback whale skin in order to get the full amount of pistols. All right, health upgrade. Need deer hide for that, or I can get 1 health. Yeah, health upgrade, sure. Now a clearer and I like this upgrade system much better than it was in Assassin's Creed 3, which is the comparison point, because this is directly tied to the hunting system, which is what Assassin's Creed 3 introduced. I think this a similar upgrade system was in place in previous Assassin's Creed games, but they weren't necessarily tied to any sort of hunting because they didn't have hunting. So the upgrade system here, or the crafting rather, is much easier to do. It's in much less of a. Assassin's Creed 3 had this fairly convoluted crafting system where you needed to get the artisans necessary to craft an item, and also like a recipe to craft it, and also all the resources, which could be multiple resources. By that I mean not just like 2 jaguar pelts, but it would require several different, like up to 4 different types of materials to upgrade. So it was this really involved menu-based system, where here it's just like, okay, have the thing you need, tells you exactly what you need, and then you could just press go, upgrade. Whereas in Assassin's Creed 3 it was like this involved thing where even when you have the recipe, you can't just craft it, you have to actually fill the slot, each one manually, with the things you need, the materials you need, and it took a long time to do. So I'm glad to see this is really quick system. Alright, so I think there's anything left here. Maybe there. Okay. This is, I guess, just consumable stuff. That seems to be good enough for me. And let's check out the fleet stuff. Pardon me while I do this. All this menu-based stuff that I'm sure is really fascinating for the stream, but again, it's an accurate representation of someone playing the game normally, not going to just be skipping to the action all the time. Or I suppose someone could theoretically play like that, but it doesn't reflect my playstyle. Alright, so like we have a good all-arounder here, 20, 50, 24, 53, 30. I'll add more docks while I can. I think that's fine. Back to my fleet. Another all-arounder. Once I reach the maximum amount of docks, that's when I will start considering which ones to salvage, replace. Okay, so 600, that's good. Complete missions faster. I don't think it matters all that much. Seem to be completing missions just fine anyway. Okay, so a lot of missions completing here. So it looks like completion of missions ends up making routes slightly more hazardous, so do ship battle, small gunboat. Guess I'll use my speedy ships. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just use my firepower ships against this tiny gunboat. So all of these are 100%, so it doesn't really matter what I choose here. Just do a level, like a 20. Fine now. Launch the battle. So the gunboat is like a really fast shooter, so that's why it's like takes longer for my ships to actually fire compared to the gunboat, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. I guess that's the... Let's secure some of these routes, I guess. Schooner. All these are 100% again. Bam, that one's much faster compared to that one. So this is the primary way to get the resources you need to actually do the missions involved within these. So, a few more ship battles. I have enough, probably. Against 2 ships, I'll repair as I can, so... Okay, so... my strongest firepower here. 32. And that's telling me 100% chance of completion, so... Okay, so I get to both fire first and my strong ship. I have a good balance of being able to fire first and having good power in the long run. Wow, I don't think they didn't even shoot me once. That's cool. Secure the ship route all the way. So wonder if there is normally with these menu-based things in previous Assassin's Creed games, they would involve your Brotherhood members, the assassins that you're training, and they would level up and gain experience, gain abilities. It's stronger over time. I don't think this is involved in this system here. You're really just you're not leveling up these ships. You're really just acquiring them as long as you need them, and then eventually you will hunt down stronger ships out in the wilds that you'll use to replace these ships. So there wasn't really an experience component here like there was in previous Assassin's Creed games. Okay, back down to safe. Oh wow, this is 3 ships. Okay, so again, I took no damage for those guys, so I'll go ahead and I can take on 100%. I can take on all these ships here, so I'll try to give that a shot. Nice. Fire barrels, huh? Okay, so I gotta shoot the fire barrel before they reach me. Like, right there, yeah. That's how that works. Once they... Okay, so I'm learning a little bit more about... So far my ships are destroying everything in their path, so... Sooner. Really glad I have this Zabra Augusta. It's a really fast ship. Not that weak either. It's able to compete with everybody here. Bad, not bad. Alright, we're gonna get through this pretty soon. Cure my routes, and then go ahead and send up as many missions as I can, and then continue on from there. Now, if there was a component of experience for each of these ships, I would probably do a more even-handed... Like, I'd spread out the experience across all my ships rather than using the same ones. Because there isn't that element of the battles here. Why I'm not... I'm just going to continue to use the same ships. Okay, so seems like over time these routes don't stay. These routes don't stay secure, they eventually run up the hazard meter, I guess, over time. Yeah, they recently get more hazardous. I met this Zabra Augusta planing up. Not the best ship in my fleet, but its speed is really shining through in these missions. So okay, I'll can afford a lot of these. Actually, maybe I want to start from the bottom up. Seems like, yeah, these are fairly good rewards for what I'm getting here. So, all these are 100%. And all the ships I can as long as I can, so I'll do as many missions as possible. Still getting 100%. Apparently I have 2 ships named Bernice. Interesting. I guess the random naming system for these ships isn't necessarily... doesn't remember the ships that you've already seen, so it's possible to see 2 ships of the same name. Right, so, oh, I actually don't have enough cargo. I can't do this one then. Yeah, these initial missions are very, just low rewards. Not very worthwhile, but I'll send ships anyway. I think that's enough. Okay, enough menu-based stuff. Let's go ahead and continue on here. Already running out of time. I want to get to the next mission. I should be able to probably finish off the stream with the mission here. So I'll go to
Edward, we cannot be caught in that monster.
forts up next, and then considering time, I will go to Kingston next instead of exploring. And sometimes, like, even a few parts ago, I was getting tired of exploring, but you know, as soon as I get back into the rhythm of missions, that's when exploring becomes more interesting again. That's when I actually want to explore. And I get lost in that just normally. No complaints. Kind of hard to explain why the, you know, exploring in side missions can be a problem at one point and then just fine at another point. I think it's because once I get the balance back, once I get to missions progressing the story, that's when I am most comfortable. I am most comfortable with diverging from the path. Like, I have to be... Occasionally, I have to be on the path and progressing on the path in order for diverging off the path to make sense. If you know what I mean. Let me just...
Ready to fire, sir!
Like, there's quite a lot of ships here to deal with. Finish off these ships here. So it looks like the difficulty of this fort here is largely tied to the ships that are guarding. Oh no, come on. Move. Now I'm in range. Destroy this place. not going to be talking much during this one. This is like a really heated battle here. This fort is giving me a really good challenge. Running down on my health gears. So, come on, I gotta finish this off. So close. Now I have a hunter ship to deal with as well. Oh dear. Really need to... Ah man, I really needed to board that one. Or at least one of the... My mistake there was not boarding one of the smaller ships before I was dealing with the fort head on. But there was also the... Not dealing with the fort fast enough before I reached the... or before the hunters reached me, rather. Try this off over again. Yeah, so the punishment there is... Like, it seems like I'm not being punished, right? But the actual punishment is that I lose my wanted level. My tiny ship was just a lot stronger. Ball 221 Stan. How far are you into store? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't understand the question. Can you elaborate on that, please? Trying to get this one here. Not letting me do it. There we go. So, fortunately could not board that one. Oh, story. Right. Not store, story. Alright, so I think this is sequence 5. Next mission is over here. Kingston. Let's see, that is... As far as the main sequence, let's see. Sequence 5. Should be on memory 2 going forward. trying to get out of this circle. Come on. Guess I'm gonna board now. I should have done last time. Just as a means of getting my health back. I definitely underestimated how tough that fort would have been. So I think that's my second level fort. I may have done one of them before. Way back. More dude. So it seemed like I can't defeat the slave ship where Kenway loses his boat. Can't defeat the slave ship. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure what you mean. Is that earlier in the story or later? If it's later, then I probably don't want to know about that. Rather not. So I want to repair. Rather not worry about spoilers and stuff. Kenway loses his boat. I'm not entirely sure what you mean there. Alright, so yeah, I'm much better off now that I am boarding and then using that to repair my ship, which I should have been doing before. I would have approached the fort with much more health. Don't need to board this one. I think it's before. I'm not sure. I don't remember a portion of the story so far where I've lost my ship. Can't quite recall. Kenway loses his ship. Alright. Sorry if I'm not interacting too much here because I'm trying to focus on dealing with this fort. It's a little bit more difficult than the ones I have been tackling up until this point. I've done most of the northern ones on the map here, which had been like level 1 difficulty, only 1 dot here. These are medium difficulty, or yeah, they have 2. And I can really feel the difference with the difficulty here. I'm much better off than the first time I tried because I have more health. Okay, so get these. That one is done. pass here, and then that'll be done here. I think. Yeah, I'm much better off now because I didn't go in with just like 1 or 2 health, 2 bars worth of health. Going in with full health, see, it looks like it's much better off. Or yeah, I'm in a much better position rather. Just out of range to finish her off. Finish that. Last one off. That one seems to be in kind of an awkward position. Try to get a good angle on it. There we go. Alright. Shame that I had to die one time trying to figure that one out. Okay, there we go, Doc. So now I'm seeing that when I died there, started over, losing the wanted level, having that return to 0, return to no wanted level is like actually probably the most devastating part of dying there. Not even like there's basically no other punishment to it. Alright, I see a treasure chest somewhere here. I guess it's up there. Alright, let me look at the map. It looks like this one has multiple targets to go after. Okay, there's one. Oh, whoops, I wanted my pistols out, not... Wasted 2 berserk darts on that, unfortunately. Okay, so... it's up there, I think. Alright, take your time, Kenway, take your time. Not like we're in the midst of a huge battle here. Okay, so next one... Ah, I see it. There it is. Okay. This chest is over there. Oh, I hear it. I hear it. Let's see. Below or above? Somewhere here. Okay, that's how you get up. No, not back there. Yeah, that... Again, running into the kind of wonky platforming controls. Sometimes it just doesn't seem to do what I want. Again, loot, not drop down. Now, this might be one of the favorite Assassin's Creed games of the series, however, it's not without its faults. Like, clearly this, in order to achieve a good naval experience, some of the other systems don't work quite as well. I think we've seen plenty of examples in the game so far of just... For some reason the platforming isn't up to snuff compared to the previous Assassin's Creed games. Like, it doesn't seem as accurate. Should be, my character doesn't move exactly where I want to. Sometimes he makes some weird decisions. But like previous Assassin's Creed games have been more successful with the parkour system, more accurate, or able to interpret controls much better. But that doesn't mean like that it's terrible. Like, even the best games have their flaws. That's all I'm trying to say here. Considering how long it took to deal with this slightly more difficult fort, I'm not sure if I can actually get to the next main mission. Might need to save that for the next part, actually, but I think I'll at least get there, maybe. Oh, there's a naval contract I should do as well. Yeah, I'll do the naval contract. Greetings, privateer. You have been afforded the rare chance of being the instrument of righteousness and justice. A criminal masquerading as a captain sails aboard a British man-of-war. The charges against him are too long to list, but you will be a hero if you can board his ship and end his felonious life. So am I gonna have to attack a man-of-war? Alright, so let's, I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. Looks like I'm gonna have to fight his man-of-war. Okay, so hopefully I'm up for the challenge. Over in this area. I'm actually kind of nervous trying to take out this man-of-war. I'm assuming that's what this mission is going to involve. Okay, so very action-heavy part this time. We're kind of a light on the analysis. I think I did touch upon some things, but probably not as much as in a typical episode. Especially not the last few of them, because there've been so much exploration that I've had a lot of downtime to just think about while various systems in the game include some stuff. When I'm doing a lot of action, there is just not a lot of time to work on or to think about the game and comment on it. So that fort really did take out a lot. Alright, I'm actually down on health here, so I'm going to, before I take on the man of war, I'm just going to pick a fight here to gain some health.
Ready to fire? We're ready, sir. Ready to fire. Control me. Let's move.
Alright, I'm gonna have to just repair just to get back to 2 where I started.
Ease off the wind! Reef for foremen! Hold in the topsails! Bring them in for a speedy case!
The angle on this is kind of bad for taking out these dudes here. It's not what I wanted. I need you to go left, not forward. That's again. Okay, I wanted him to try and dodge that, but apparently that's too much task for Kenway here. Jeez, come on, Kenway. I'm pressing the counter button. Aw, man. Not doing anything. Barely made it out of there. But that counts, that counts. So, repair the ship. Do get a lot of metal though. Happy with that. Okay, so whole point of that was to try and get back to full health. However, that didn't work out so well. Try and find another ship.
Get the mainsails into the wind! Loose all! Party line! Down forward with me! Grab them back on the wind! All the sailors! Survivor here, sir!
Let's see. Are they all level 29? That one's going to be a little easier. Actually, I think that might be a friendly ship. I don't know. Much more success with this ship here. Oh no! Don't sink it. Ah. Alright. Sunk my ship. Okay. Yeah, it's ally. Okay, he's an ally. Alright, let's find another one. There's one over there. Alright, that'll be a good repair fodder, I guess. The only reason to take out these tiny ships is it's to repair yours really quickly. Try and ram it. Aw, man, actually, I'm so strong now. I just ram the ship and... Okay. Another one over there. Learn my lesson. Guess I can't board these tiny ships anymore, they're just... Man, this is taking a lot of health out of me.
Here it comes! Steady, lads!
Hunter ship now as well. Wow. Holy crap, that is really destroying me. Bracing doesn't do much anymore. Okay. So my effort to just try and repair end up just we're going back. Back down to nothing. Okay, well, I guess I didn't have that much of a wanted level anyway at that point, so no big loss. I already had the big loss. If you want to make a comparison to the Dark Souls, well, I guess it's kind of akin to humanity. Your wanted level is like your humanity level. When you die, and you can't recover your souls fast enough, then you lose all your humanity. So in this game, the wanted level is kind of like building your humanity, and it's actually, to a certain extent, you want it to be built up. You want to have a decent amount of humanity, just from a don't want to go to Kingston, I'm going here. Just from the perspective of the boats, the enemies, they come to you, and then when you take them down, you just get free resources essentially. Where we can get to a point where, well, we're not there yet. Just happens to fall to a hunter who happened to come at the same time as when we were trying to take down a fort, and that reset everything. Alright, so running up against the time here I have for streaming. I think, though, I can try and attempt this mission as the last thing here. So, fortunately, no, I don't think we're going to be able to do. A main mission. This part, but I think trying to fight a man of war, probably worthwhile, right? So, probably going to be just as fun. Engage these ships here. That's what you get for trying to come after me. Fire barrels to your face. I don't see a man of war anywhere here. Try to maximize the resources I can get out of this. I don't think I can capture these mission-related ships, however. I think I can actually add them to the fleet, so just do whatever the option is available. Yeah, repair, that's all I can do. Still worth boarding them because I get the full resources. This one I'll finish off. Half resources. How about this one? If they're alright, that one has metal. I'll take the resources. So I think what's gonna happen is once I finish these guys off, the man of war will appear. Fairly quick and simple. Make it efficient. Alright, let's see what this man of war See what this man of war has to bring. That should be the last thing. Alright, board the British man of war. There it is.
Incoming ship! Guns up! Hello to fair! Someone rowing in! Ground on every inch of sail! Water's going! Don't have to be! Fire! Batten yourselves!
Feeling this is not going to work out very well. Where is he placing these things? Wow, he's really... Holy crap. Took some damage there. Not what I wanted. Barely missing these guys. I can't believe I got Man of War here, but I think it could have gone a lot worse if we fell into a bad rhythm with the ship, where the ship, the Man of War would have been constantly on the offensive. And it would leave us... The problem there would have been we were left with no opportunities to attack. Wait, what? What the heck? That's not what I wanted. Jump onto the bow! Yet another example of Kenway doing some weird platforming stuff. Nonsense. Okay. Well, okay. Find the captain now. Man, I wish I could add this to the fleet, but because it's part of a mission, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Oh, I can send it! Thank you. Thank you, mission, for letting me send it to my fleet. Okay. Definitely sending it to my fleet. For sure. Very nice having a man of war. My fleet should make all those missions easy, so... Okay, that is the naval contract. Alright. I can... Any more here? Maybe what I'll do is I'll just make turn over to this area here, and I'll call it a stream at this island. So to wrap it up, I will say, tuned in. Thank you very much for watching. Watch all the archives of my playthrough up until this point. We're on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/YamsterSam. You can also follow me on Twitter @YamsterSam. And you can follow me on Twitch if you like what I'm doing here. I don't think there's a place I can actually dock. I'll just go on the island anyway. And I will follow the stream here on this island. Hopefully the game will let me actually start up on this island and not move me over.
I can help you fade away.
So, I will see you in the next stream.